Meet Anna. She is a 45-pound German Shepherd mix who will turn 10 in October. Anna is extremely lovable, intelligent, and the best dog ever, although I may be biased. She is playful, not at all a cuddler unless she's exhausted, and a fierce protector who rarely barks. Seriously, she only barks if somebody is approaching the house who she doesn't recognize, and even then, it's only once. She loves to nap by herself and even has her own chair in the house, a big blue plaid love seat that is actually the first piece of furniture my husband Jeff and I bought together at Goodwill. It's torn down, it's rugged, and there's a reason why she's the only one in the house who uses it. And she loves toys that are green and squeak, frogs specifically. She constantly will steal your spot if you get up, has a list of nicknames that goes on for days, and is always up for a car ride. Tonight, I'm going to tell you the story of how Jeff and I came to adopt Anna. In 2014, Jeff and I were engaged and living in Muncie. I was completing my last year of grad school at Ball State, and Jeff had just started commuting downtown to work. While we knew we eventually wanted to adopt a pet, we weren't quite sure how it was going to fit with our schedule. We went around to a couple of the different local animal shelters to find out if a dog or a cat would be best fit for us. As much fun as it was to visit these shelters, we were not seriously considering adopting until I had graduated. Like I said, we had come up with several reasons why it wasn't the right time. Our apartment was too small, our schedules were just conflicting, but truthfully, it was because we had not yet found a match. At least, not until Jeff's Aunt Kathy told us about this dog we just had to meet. Kathy and her husband Kevin have always had multiple dogs in their house, so she had become pretty good about finding well-behaved dogs. In the summer of 2014, one of their dogs passed away, one that Kevin was very much attached to. After enough time had passed, they decided that it was time to adopt another dog, with the exception that Kevin would pick one out. One day, while Kathy was searching several different adoption sites, she came across a 5-year-old German Shepherd mix who she couldn't get out of her mind. There wasn't much backstory on the website about this dog, as she was found on the street, but Kathy knew that this was going to be the perfect addition to the family. But there was one problem. The dog was in a shelter in Cincinnati, Ohio. Knowing that this dog was too perfect to pass up, Kathy weighed her options. Although it was Kevin's turn to help pick out a dog, she decided to make an adventure out of it to Cincinnati to find this dog. She could have asked Kevin to come with her and make a road trip out of it, but she instead asked her brother, who has his pilot's license, if they could fly to Cincinnati to pick up this dog. So in October 2014, Bill and Kathy flew in a Cessna 152 to Cincinnati to adopt Anna. Kathy and Anna bonded quickly, and before they knew it, they were all back on the plane. As soon as they got back to Noblesville, they went straight to Phil's house where Kevin was waiting, and Kathy finally had to break the news to him. I brought a dog home. It's in the car. Surprise! Kevin was pretty furious at first, but became pretty attached to Anna. But after a month had passed, he decided he wasn't comfortable keeping her since he was not involved in helping pick her out. He told Kathy that she needed to find a new owner. So during Thanksgiving, Kathy pulled Jeff and I aside and started telling us this crazy story of how she found this dog. She pulled out her phone so we could look through pictures and was telling about how perfect Anna was, but unfortunately, due to the situation, she could no longer keep her. She turned to Jeff and I and asked if we were willing to adopt her, and without hesitation, we both said yes. But after that, 2 months had passed and we hadn't heard anything from them. It was possible that they decided to keep the dog, but we were kind of just left in the dark of it. We even got a little ahead of ourselves and bought some toys and some dog supplies before we actually had confirmation, but we knew deep down Anna was ours. And so on Saturday, January 31st, 2015, we adopted Anna and brought her back to Muncie. Of course, there was a huge snowstorm that caused major delays on I-69, which turned a 45-minute drive into 2 hours. So if we can make it through that, then I guess we can make it through anything. Life at the beginning with Anna was already an adventure. Over the next 4 months, as I finished grad school, we started to learn more about Anna's lovable quirks. For example, she can only eat laying down. And she will destroy blinds if she hears somebody outside but cannot see through the window. She's also become quite the pro at car rides. We tend to take her wherever we can because, as I lovingly call her, she is our dog tour. She's gotten up to keeping her head out the window for speeds up to 55 miles per hour, and we joke that we might need to invest in some doggy goggles for longer car rides. While we aren't quite sure what Anna is mixed with, her German Shepherd looks alone can be intimidating, but she's harmless. Her 2 best friends, Henry and Izzy, love to run around the house in laps and just chase each other. It's chaotic and loud and pretty dangerous if you get in their way, but it's one of their favorite things to do and one of the great reasons why she likes to go over to Jeff's parents' house. Anna, over the years, has gotten herself into some tricky situations. In the summer of 2017, while we were playing outside, she somehow decided to swallow a bee. Couple of hours later, her nose was all swollen up, and we rushed her to the vet. Luckily, no damage was done to Anna, and we just gave her some Benadryl, but it was pretty hilarious for the next 24 hours. As I said earlier, she's not a fan of cuddling unless it's storming outside or fireworks are going off. In that case, to her, the world is ending, and she has to burrow herself either underneath Jeff or myself or a blanket and still continues to dig. But unfortunately, a lot of this happens during the middle of the night, and she thinks she can fit under her pillow. Anna is one of a kind. Even though she's almost 10, we still call her a puppy. She loves to meet new people, but not so much dogs. She loves to run laps around the furniture, and she's a constant shadow to our house. She has brought so much joy to Jeff and I, and it's amazing that these past 4.5 years have flown by. So as we start to approach the celebration of Anna's original adoption in October, it's time for Anna to start a new beginning of her own to find a replacement for that worn down, torn up, blue, oversized chair that she has claimed her own as Anna Banana, House of Thornberry. Thank you.